What up, Winder? Lily here. I'm on this rock, and you know what that means. It's the last week of school for seniors. Over to Mima and Papa for the news.
Students, since we're moving to Microsoft and the year's about to be over, our Google Drive accounts are about to be annihilated. This means that
All resumes,
photos,
important projects
funny videos, and memes
will all be gone.
if you do not move them to your new Microsoft account. Seniors, you're not very good at doing things when we tell you to.
But please do this one. This is the senior survey. Please fill it out, because Mr. Maxwell and admin really want to know this information.
Really bad.
Do it.
You can pause now if you want to scan it. I did it.
Me too.
Your Mima and Peepaw did it. So you should do it too. Seniors! Another thing happening this week. Yearbook night is Thursday at 5 o'clock. You can get your yearbook early and sign with all of your friends. It's gonna be so much fun.
Cupcakes and refreshments will be there, as well as all your friends, so don't miss out.
Well, thank you to Mima and Peepaw for the news. Also, on this very YouTube channel, we have a Tiny Desk concert out right now featuring Case and Horn. Here's a little snippet of it.
Hello everyone, this is the last Ask Mr. C of the school year, and I was asked at the beginning of the year, why is Barrow County here? Well, before Barrow existed, this dirt was either in Gwinnett, Walton, or Jackson counties. But all that changed when the Georgia voters approved a constitutional amendment on November 3rd, 1914, making Barrow County the 149th Georgia county. We're going to end up with 159 counties. Remember that number in a little bit. Barrow County was named after David Crenshaw Barrow, Jr., a University of Georgia professor who was later chancellor of UGA for a couple of decades. Now, why did the good citizens of Georgia vote to make this county? Well, there's several factors to consider. First, you have to remember that in the late 1800s and early 1900s, the world wasn't as litigious as it is now. You know, the lawyers and politicians hadn't taken over yet. Now, the city of Winder, it had been here for a hot minute, and it was literally smack dab in the middle of where the three counties met, at the intersection of Highway 11 and Athens Street to be exact. There's actually an obelisk right there by the flagpole. That's the original marker for where the three counties met, and it used to be right there in that intersection. And things looked very different 100 years ago. There's no courthouse yet with a parking lot, and the Richard B. Russell Park are today, and that's where the famous Granite Hotel was. Now, there are a lot of big textile factories here, and the railroad definitely was, but there's no fast food or convenience stores or anything else. And as crazy as it sounds today, the people around here usually lived in one county, went to school in a different county, had a job in yet another county, maybe attended church in a different county, or paid taxes in two separate counties. Well, when there's that much mixing of counties, budgeting becomes an issue. What county wants to pay for roads in a small, far-off corner? For example, the Granite Hotel was making bank in Jackson County off the railroad that was only a few hundred feet away in Gwinnett and Walton. Cotton is being unloaded at the train depot in one county, but quickly moves up the road in another county, then ends up in a mill in a third county, where it's turned into cloth. And don't forget that by 1914, cars and trucks, they're popping up everywhere, and that means infrastructure needs improvement. And what taxpayers are going to foot the bill? Who should the residents of Winder petition for local improvements? Does one county really want to spend funds that will benefit a different county? Now, another thing to consider when Barrow was created was an apparent murder. At the Barrow County Centennial Celebration, I heard the poem Beautiful, Bountiful Barrow's Song, written by Dr. Charles Bryant Skelton. He's a local medical doctor who was also the Barrow County Poet Laureate. In the poem, he recalled a story from his childhood, that Barrow was really formed to solve a jurisdictional nightmare. The story goes like this. two men get into an argument in Jackson County, and one guy shoots the other. The dude that was shot ran across the road and died in Walton County, and the shooter fled and then was arrested in Gwinnett. No court wanted the hassle of that, so a new county was created just to solve the headache. But let's talk about another thing. Let's talk about the county unit system. Shenanigan voting laws at its finest. Georgia basically set up a mini electoral college of sorts. The Neal Primary Act of 1917 was passed by the Georgia General Assembly, and 159 counties in Georgia were divided by population into 3 categories. The largest 8 counties were classified as urban. They got 6 votes each. The next largest 30 counties are classified as town. They got 4 votes each. And the remaining 121 counties were classified as rural, and they got 2 votes each, for a grand total of 410 votes. Elections in Georgia are a winner-take-all situation, where, through that system, the smaller population counties of Georgia could overpower the urban areas in all state offices like governor and the U.S. Senate. In the last 2 decades before and the first decade after the county unit system went into effect, around 36 counties sprung into existence in Georgia, and Barrow was being one of them. And this election process went on for many years until the U.S. Supreme Court struck down the county unit system in 1962 with Gray versus Sanders. In America, the states have to operate on the one-person, one-vote standard. But don't get your hopes up. Georgia just switched to the good old-fashioned gerrymandering system to keep the Atlanta sprawl in check. So, does Barrow get voted into existence because of jurisdictional issues with the murder case? Is it road funding? How about just common sense? Maybe it's voter suppression. Maybe it's all of them combined. Quite frankly, I don't know, and I don't think anyone can say for sure. All I know is I'm glad to live here, and I enjoy this sweet spot of living where I can get to Atlanta or Athens with ease and yet still hear cows mooing from my backyard at night. I hope each and every one hearing this has a great summer. I hope this has been a fun year at Winder Barrow for you. I know it has been for me, and I wish all y'all seniors the bestest. I love and look forward to seeing y'all next year. Costello out.
On a serious note, y'all, it's been a great 4 years. The friends we made,
memories we have,
The tears we shed.
we did it all together.
as a Bulldog family.
Slow change may pull us apart. When the light gets into your heart, baby, don't you forget about me. Don't you forget about me. As you walk on by, will you call my name?